Report is, according to Dave Isaac, who's a Philadelphia Flyers beat reporter, and I will link to his tweet on this matter in the description below this video. Dave Hackstall will be out. He'll be fired within the next 24 hours by the Philadelphia Flyers, and Joel Quenneville will be their new head coach. Quenneville to the Flyers would make a lot of sense. The Flyers do not envision themselves as rebuilding. The thing is, can Quenneville play net? Because here's the thing. Elliott apparently is going to be out for a while. Stolars has the lower body injury now. Pickard, of course, is out. And Neuwirth, his wife's having a baby. And then you've got Lyon and you've got Carter Hart. Yeah. That's it. So, Chuck Fletcher and Joel Quenneville will make things look good in the front office, but what happens to your goaltending if you're Philly? So, Quenneville going from a team in Chicago that had goaltending issues before Crawford returned, but had a lot of other issues in the locker room. Now Quenneville joining a Philadelphia team which has kind of fallen off the map over the last 20 games, but they're still within striking distance. Like I've said, no team in the Metro is really truly out of it because of the fact that third place looks catchable. And I'm sure for Philly, it's a matter of, okay, we've got to turn this around. They're not in a lose for Hughes position. They're likely far more panicked than that. But, Philly's one of those teams that they came into this season with great expectations. They haven't met them. While most coaching decisions, like in terms of changing them and bringing in new guys, have failed to create better results. I'm watching St. Louis get absolutely destroyed by the Calgary Flames today, for instance. But Philly, it feels like with the right coaching, could potentially maybe be able to, because it's the defense that's been the problem in Philly as much as the goaltending. The goaltending's been a misadventure, but the defense has really been a major problem. I think it's going to come down to Quenneville being able to bring in the right system to get the most out of them, and Fletcher figuring out which defenseman to keep and which one to get rid of. And it's going to be a really tough decision. He is going to have to make a decision on which of the big name young kids he's going to say, you know what, we can afford to drop one of these kids and maybe use that to better another part of the roster. Maybe shake things up. So that's where I think Philly's going to end up, and I think the first step will be Hackstall going out and Quenneville coming in. After last night's loss, you could see it. Philly it's not there. And that loss to the Canucks was pretty embarrassing, and it was an embarrassing way to end an embarrassing road trip. So there you go. The Philadelphia Flyers reportedly set to hire Joel Quenneville tomorrow. And Hackstall being out. Now, I just hope Hackstall doesn't read the news online. I hope they told him after last night's game, they said, we're going to let you go. And called Quenneville and said, you want to come in? Sure. And then they'll have the press conference on Monday, because that's when you do press conferences. You don't usually do them on Sundays. But with this news leaking out, maybe that forces their hand to announce something on their website a little sooner. That's Philly. Probably not. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. Does this mean that Philly could potentially still make a run at the playoffs, or do they need a goaltender? And do you ask Ron Hextall to come in and play net for you now that he's out as GM? Or who do you look for? Hey, Kari Lehtinen never did sign a contract this year. He was half decent for Dallas last year. He played better than some of these guys who've been playing in the Philly net this year. Just throwing that out there. If he's still willing to play, and I know it's really late into the season, and I didn't see anything about him officially retiring, so, maybe as a stopgap for the rest of the season. They need somebody. I remember the one year that Boston brought in Marty Turco because they had nobody. So I think we're in that situation now with Philly. But let me know in the comment section below what you think. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, just tap it upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.